everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Henry.
Hi, Henry. Hello, everyone. And I'm Sarah, your co-host. We're so glad you're here with us again, whether you're walking, cooking, commuting, or just relaxing with your headphones on.
Today's episode is all about something so many English learners experience. You've studied vocabulary, you understand the grammar, but then, boom, you're in a real conversation. And suddenly, you can't remember the words.
Yes, that frustrating moment when your mind just goes blank. You want to speak, you know you've learned the words before, but they disappear.
Totally. If that sounds like you, you're definitely not alone. It happens to almost every learner, and even native speakers sometimes.
Absolutely. And today we're going to break it all down in a fun, helpful way. We'll talk about why this happens, what you can do about it, and share real strategies to help you remember words when you need them most.
We'll also do a short role play later in the episode so you can hear how to handle these moments in real conversations. And at the end, we'll give you a speaking challenge you can try today to improve your memory and confidence.
So grab your notebook or just relax and listen. This episode will help you feel more confident speaking English, even when you forget the words.
All right, let's get started with a very real situation that might sound familiar. Okay? Picture this. You're at a coffee shop. There's a friendly barista. You've practiced how to order coffee in English dozens of times.
You're thinking, easy, I've got this. So you step up, smile, and say, "Hi, I would like a," and then,
Blank. Nothing. Your brain suddenly feels like it's buffering, like a slow internet connection.
you know the word. It's right there. You learned it last night. You can even see the image of the cup in your head, but the word won't come.
So you panic a little. You start looking around. Maybe you point. Maybe you laugh nervously and say, coffee. Just coffee. And then you walk away, thinking, ugh, why do I always forget the words when I need them?
Henry, that has literally happened to me. Not just when I was learning Spanish, but even in English when I was nervous in public speaking.
Me too. And you know what? That feeling of freezing, of forgetting, is more common than people think. It's not about intelligence or memory. It's about pressure.
Exactly. Pressure makes your brain shut down. It's like your brain is saying, "Too much stress, I'm outate here."
I actually had a listener write to us last week about this. She said, I've studied English for 5 years, but when I meet someone new, I forget the words and just smile awkwardly.
That breaks my heart. But I totally understand. Learning a language is more than just studying words. It's about real-life emotions.
So today, if you've ever felt like that, nervous, embarrassed, frustrated, this episode is for you. Because there are real reasons this happens.
And there are real solutions. So let's talk about why we forget words in the moment and what we can do to fix that.
Let's dive into the science and the psychology of forgetting. All right, Sarah, let's dig into the big question. Why does this happen? Why do English learners forget words when they need them most?
Great question. And here's the honest truth. It's not because you're bad at English. It's not because you didn't study hard enough. Most of the time, it's your brain under pressure.
Exactly. Think of your brain like a library. When you're relaxed, you can walk through the aisles, take your time, find the book or word you need. But when you're nervous or stressed, it's like someone turns off the lights and shouts, "You have 5 seconds, go."
I love that image. And it's true. When you feel nervous, like when you're speaking to a native speaker or in a group, your brain goes into fight or flight mode.
Yes, that's actually a biological response. Your brain says, uh-oh, this is scary. And instead of helping you speak, it focuses on survival. So it blocks access to memory, even words you know very well.
That's why sometimes learners say, "I can write in English, I can read perfectly, but speaking, I forget everything." It's not about knowledge, it's about performance pressure.
Let's break this down into a few reasons. Number 1, stress blocks memory. When you're nervous, your brain releases stress hormones like cortisol, which make it harder to recall vocabulary.
Number 2, passive knowledge versus active recall. Many learners understand words when they read or listen, but they've never practiced saying them aloud. Speaking is a different skill. It's like a muscle that needs exercise.
Right. And number 3, fear of making mistakes. This is huge. Many learners freeze because they're afraid to sound silly, use the wrong word, or have an accent.
Yes, but the truth is, everyone makes mistakes when learning. Native speakers do too. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's communication.
Let me give an example. When I was learning Japanese, I wanted to say, "I'm full" after a meal. I accidentally said something that meant, "I'm pregnant."
Oh no, that's amazing.
Super embarrassing, but guess what? Everyone laughed with me, not at me, and I never forgot that word again.
Exactly. Mistakes are how we learn. And here's another reason we forget words. We don't use them enough. If you see a new word but never say it, your brain says, I guess I don't need this, and lets it fade.
Which brings us to the last reason. Multitasking in conversation. When you speak, you're listening, thinking, forming sentences, checking grammar, all at once. It's no wonder the brain drops a word or two.
So true. And that's why it's normal to forget words sometimes. It doesn't mean you're bad at English. It just means your brain is doing a lot.
Exactly. But here's the good news. There are strategies to fix this. Coming up next, we'll show you how to prepare for those real-life moments where words disappear.
And how to train your brain to remember the right words at the right time. Get ready, because we've got practical tips you can start using today. So now that we know why we forget words, let's talk about when it usually happens. Henry, what's the first situation that comes to your mind?
Oh, definitely when learners talk to native speakers. Like when you're traveling or meeting someone new. You want to say something smart or friendly, but the words vanish.
Yes, that happens all the time. You think, this is my chance, and then, poof. The words you learned just yesterday are nowhere to be found.
Another big one? Job interviews or presentations. Those formal situations where there's pressure to sound good or be professional.
Totally. I've had students tell me, I practiced my answers 10 times, but during the interview I forgot everything except hello and thank you.
Yep, it's that pressure again. Or even something simple, like ordering food at a restaurant. You walk in, you're hungry, you know what you want, but you forget how to say it in English.
That reminds me, asking for directions too. You think, I just need to ask one question, but then you forget the word for street or left or bus.
Exactly. Another one? Classroom conversations. If you're in an English class and the teacher suddenly asks you to speak in front of the group, your brain might freeze, even though you studied the topic.
Oh yes, I call it the spotlight effect. You feel like everyone is watching and judging. That pressure makes it so hard to speak naturally.
And let's not forget phone calls. For some reason, talking on the phone in English is way harder than in person.
No body language, no facial expressions, no hand gestures, just words. So if you forget one, it feels like you're stuck.
But the thing is, these situations are all normal. And the better prepared you are, the easier they get. That's why our next section is super important.
We're going to do a short role play where one of us forgets a word during a conversation and show you how to handle it naturally.
Yep, not with panic, not with silence, but with simple tricks and recovery strategies. Let's jump into it. All right, it's role play time. I'm going to pretend to be a learner who forgets some words. And Sarah, you'll be the friendly native speaker.
Perfect. I'll try to help you naturally, just like a real-life conversation. Listeners, pay close attention to how Henry handles forgetting words. Let's begin. Hi there. Welcome to Bean and Brew. What can I get started for you today?
Hi, I would like, what's the word? The hot drink with milk and, foam?
Oh, do you mean a cappuccino?
Yes, cappuccino. Thank you. And also one piece of, sweet bread with chocolate? I forgot the word.
Maybe a chocolate croissant?
That's it, a chocolate croissant. Thank you for helping me.
No problem at all. You explained it really well.
Okay, let's pause here. Notice how I forgot the word cappuccino, but I didn't freeze. I described it using words I do know. Hot drink, milk, foam.
Exactly. That's called paraphrasing, and it's one of the best tools you can use when you forget a word.
Also, don't be afraid to say, I forgot the word, or how do you say? Most native speakers will be happy to help.
So, Henry, what do you like to do in your free time?
Oh, I like to go to the place where there are many, books?
The library?
Yes, the library. I love to read, and sometimes I do the thing with running, but not too fast. Like relaxing running?
Do you mean jogging?
Yes, jogging. That's the word. Laughs. I need to write that one down.
Another great example. You didn't give up, you just described the action, and I was able to guess what you meant.
That's the power of using context. Even if you forget a specific word, you can describe the idea using simpler words.
Good afternoon, Dr. Lee's office. How can I help you?
Hi, I want to make the thing where you see the doctor, but not because you are sick.
You want to make a checkup appointment?
Yes, a checkup. That's the word. Thank you.
No problem. What day works for you?
Let's pause again. Here I forgot the word appointment and checkup, but I described the situation, and Sarah helped me complete the idea.
And notice, he stayed calm. That's key. If you panic, it becomes harder to think. But if you keep going, people will understand you.
Remember, communication is teamwork. It's not a test. Most people want to help you succeed.
That's right. And now that we've seen how to handle word-forgetting moments, it's time to talk about how to train your brain so this happens less and less.
Coming up next, our favorite memory tricks and vocabulary techniques that actually work. All right, now let's get into the good stuff. How to actually remember English words better, so you don't forget them in real conversations.
Yes, we're going to share some of our favorite vocabulary techniques that really work. These aren't boring textbook methods. These are practical strategies that you can start using today.
Let's start with one of my favorites, chunking. That means learning words in groups or phrases, not alone.
Right. Instead of learning the word appointment by itself, learn it in a full phrase. Make an appointment. I'd like to schedule an appointment.
Your brain remembers patterns more easily than single words. It's like music. Once you know the rhythm, the words flow.
Next up, spaced repetition. This is a memory method where you review words at specific intervals, like day 1, then day 3, then day 7.
There are great apps that do this, like Anki or Quizlet. But you can also use paper flashcards or a notebook. The key is to review the words again before you forget them completely.
Think of it like watering a plant. If you wait too long, it wilts. But if you give it a little water regularly, it grows.
This one is powerful, using images or personal associations. Our brains love pictures, so instead of just memorizing the word jogging, imagine yourself jogging in your neighborhood.
Or, if a word sounds like something funny in your language, use that connection. For example, if cappuccino sounds like Captain Chino to you, imagine a cartoon captain drinking coffee. It's weird, but it works.
The weirder, the better. Your brain remembers weird.
This one's important. Use the words in real life. Reading isn't enough. If you don't use new words, your brain says, well, guess we don't need that anymore.
Try to use a new word at least 3 times the day you learn it. Say it aloud. Write it in a sentence. Use it in a voice message to a friend.
Even if you just speak to yourself. For example, today I made an appointment, or I'm drinking a cappuccino. That counts.
Here's another tip. Record yourself speaking. Choose 5 new words and talk about them for 1 minute. Then listen back. You'll hear which words feel natural and which ones you forget.
This helps build your speaking memory, not just passive memory, and you'll get more confident hearing your own voice. Another great trick is to use word maps or mind maps. Take one word, like travel, and build a little map with connected words. Airport, suitcase, hotel, passport.
That builds connections in your brain, so one word leads to another, like a network instead of just a list.
And finally, make the words matter to you. We remember things better when they're personal or emotional.
If you love cooking, learn food words first. If you're planning a trip, focus on travel phrases. Tie new words to something real in your life.
Yes, vocabulary that's connected to your goals, interests, or experiences sticks much longer than random textbook lists.
All right, let's quickly recap. Learn in chunks. Review with spaced repetition. Use images and weird associations. Use new words immediately. Record yourself. Create word maps. Add emotion and personal meaning.
Try one or two of these this week. Don't try all at once. Build habits that work for you.
Coming up, we'll talk about how to build speaking confidence, even when you're still forgetting words sometimes.
All right, we've talked about why we forget words and how to remember them better, but now let's talk about something just as important: confidence.
Yes, because even if you forget a word, you can still have a great conversation, if you believe in yourself.
And we're not talking about fake confidence or pretending to be fluent. We're talking about real confidence, the kind that says, "It's okay to make mistakes. I'm still learning. I'm still communicating." Confidence. Tip 1. Focus on communication, not perfection.
Here's the truth. Most native speakers don't care if your grammar isn't perfect or if you pause to find a word.
They just want to understand you. If you're friendly, clear, and honest, they'll support you. So stop aiming for perfect English. Aim for real connection.
Say it with us, listeners. Progress, not perfection. Confidence. Tip 2. Celebrate small wins.
Did you speak English today? That's a win. Did you try a new word even if you got it a little wrong? That's a win.
Learning a language is like climbing a mountain. You don't look down and say, "Ugh, I'm not at the top yet." You say, "Look how far I've come."
Even a short conversation at the store is a sign of growth. Keep track of your wins. They build confidence over time. Confidence. Tip 3. Practice speaking in low-stress environments.
Don't wait for the big moment, like a job interview. Build confidence in small, low-pressure ways.
Yes, talk to yourself in the mirror. Join a language exchange. Practice with a friend or a tutor. Or leave a voice note in English, even to yourself.
Every small moment trains your brain to stay calm and focused when you speak. Confidence. Tip 4. Be kind to yourself.
Last tip, be kind. Language learning takes time. Some days are smooth, others are frustrating.
And forgetting a word doesn't mean you're failing. It means your brain is working hard. You're stretching. You're growing.
So instead of saying, "I'm bad at English," say, "I'm still learning," and that's okay.
Because confident speakers aren't the ones who know every word. They're the ones who keep going, even when they don't.
Up next, we're going to give you some practical speaking exercises you can do on your own, even just 5 minutes a day.
Yep, time to turn that confidence into action. Stay with us. Okay, now let's jump into a quick Q&A segment where we answer some common questions from English learners. Maybe questions you've had before.
Yep. These are real struggles that come up again and again, so if you're feeling them, you're not alone. Listener. Question 1. What should I do when I forget a word in the middle of a sentence?
Great question. First, don't panic. Take a breath and try describing the word with other words you know. Like, instead of saying broom, say the thing you use to clean the floor.
And you can even say, "I forgot the word, but it's like..." Most people will help you fill in the blank. Listener. Question 2. Should I stop speaking if I make a mistake? No way. Keep going. Making mistakes is part of the learning process. If you stop every time, you lose flow and confidence.
Exactly. Mistakes show you're using the language. Don't be afraid of them. Learn from them. Laugh at them even. Listener. Question 3. How can I stay motivated when I feel like I'm not improving? First, know that everyone feels that way sometimes. Progress is slow, but it's still happening.
Try keeping a language diary where you write down small wins each week. Even little things like understanding a movie scene or learning 3 new words count.
And listen to podcasts like this one. Surround yourself with English. It helps more than you think.
Thanks for sending in those questions. And if you've got more, feel free to reach out. We love hearing from you.
Coming up next, simple speaking exercises you can do alone to build fluency, even if you don't have a partner. All right, it's time for your challenge of the week. This is your small, powerful action to help you speak more confidently, especially when you forget words.
Here it is. Record yourself speaking for just 1 minute a day this week. Choose one topic, like food, your weekend, or your favorite movie, and just talk.
If you forget a word, don't stop. Describe it. Use gestures. Say, "What's the word?" The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to keep going.
And bonus points if you listen back to your recording. Notice what felt easy and what didn't. That's where the magic happens.
You've got this. 1 minute a day can totally change your fluency. Are you in?
Let's do it together. See you in the next challenge.
Well, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thanks so much for spending this time with us.
Remember, forgetting words is normal, and it doesn't mean you're not improving.
Keep using the techniques we talked about. Practice your speaking, and most importantly, be kind to yourself.
We believe in you. Every step you take is progress.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with anyone who needs a little English-speaking boost.
See you next time on the English Learning Podcast. Keep speaking, keep shining.